Max's Second Chance. Prologue. My name is Max. I have golden hair, though no one could see it under the dirt back then. My ribs showed when I walked, and my paws hurt from the hot pavement. I used to belong to a man I called Master. I loved him with everything I had. Then one morning, he drove me far away, opened the door, and left me behind. I chased his truck until my legs shook. My tongue hung dry from my mouth, and the road blurred beneath my paws. I barked until my throat burned, but the truck grew smaller and smaller. When it disappeared, I stood in the middle of the street, waiting. Dogs believe in people longer than people sometimes deserve. That night, rain fell hard. I curled beneath a bus stop bench, shivering as cars rushed by. Their headlights flashed like lightning. People walked past with umbrellas, phones, and warm food in paper bags. Some looked at me with pity. Some looked away. I kept my nose pointed down the road, hoping my master would return. Days passed. Hunger became a heavy thing inside me. I searched trash bins behind restaurants and drank from puddles near parking lots. My golden fur turned gray with dust. My collar became loose around my thin neck. Every sound made me lift my head, but no voice called, "Max, come here, boy." One afternoon, I found a park where children played soccer. I stayed near the fence, careful and quiet. A little girl noticed me first. She had brown curls, pink sneakers, and a kind face. She whispered, "Mom, that dog looks hungry." Her mother turned and saw me. I lowered my head, afraid kindness might vanish too. The woman crouched slowly and held out part of a sandwich. "It's okay," she said. Her voice was soft, like warm sunlight through a window. I wanted to run, but hunger pulled me closer. I took the bread gently. The little girl smiled. "His name should be Sunny," she said. But my name was Max, and I remembered it. A man came beside them holding a younger boy's hand. "He has a collar," the man said. He looked for tags, but mine was scratched and unreadable. I flinched when his hand came near. He stopped at once. That mattered. He did not force me. He waited until I chose to step closer. They brought me to a vet clinic that smelled of soap, medicine, and nervous animals. The doctor touched my ribs gently and said I was underweight, dehydrated, and exhausted. The little girl cried quietly. The mother hugged her and said, "We'll help him." I did not understand every word, but I understood the feeling. Their family name was Carter. The father was Daniel. The mother was Maria. The children were Lily and Noah. They lived in a small house with blue shutters, a porch swing, and a backyard with grass that smelled safe. At first, they let me sleep in the laundry room on a soft blanket. I did not sleep much that first night. Every time the house creaked, I lifted my head. I expected someone to yell or leave, but no one did. Maria checked on me before bed and whispered, "Good night, Max." She knew my name because the vet found it faintly engraved on my old collar. In the morning, Noah sat outside the laundry room with a book. He did not touch me. He just read aloud about astronauts and planets. His voice was small and steady. I rested my chin on my paws and listened. It was the first time in many days that my heart stopped running. Weeks passed. Food came every morning and evening. Clean water waited in a shiny bowl. Daniel brushed my fur until the gold began to return. Lily made a blue bandana for my neck. She said it matched my eyes, though my eyes were brown. I wagged anyway because she sounded proud. Still, I carried fear inside me. When a car door slammed, I hid. When Daniel picked up keys, I trembled. When the family left for school and work, I pressed my nose against the window and waited, afraid this goodbye would become forever. But every afternoon, they came back. Every time. Love returned slowly, like grass growing after winter. I learned Maria sang while cooking. Daniel watched old baseball games too loudly. Lily danced in socks on the kitchen floor. Noah dropped crumbs under the table and pretended not to notice when I cleaned them. They were messy, loud, and wonderful. One evening, Lily wrapped her arms around my neck and whispered, "You're not a stray anymore." Her tears wet my fur. I licked her cheek because dogs do not have many words, but we have ways of saying, "I am here." That night, I slept beside her bedroom door. Winter came early that year. The news on the television spoke of storms, power outages, and icy roads. Daniel bought batteries and bottled water. Maria checked flashlights. I watched everything carefully. Dogs notice what people miss. The smell of smoke, the crack of wood, the worry hidden behind a smile. The storm arrived after midnight. Wind pushed against the house like giant hands. Rain slapped the windows. The lights flickered, then died. Everyone gathered in the living room with blankets and flashlights. Noah was afraid, so I climbed beside him. He buried his face in my fur and breathed easier. Later, when the house grew quiet, I smelled something wrong. Not rain, not mud, not food, smoke, thin and sharp. My ears lifted. I walked toward the kitchen. A branch had fallen outside, damaging a wire near the back of the house. Sparks snapped near the wall. Smoke curled upward. I barked once. No one woke. I barked louder, then ran to Daniel and pawed his chest. He groaned, half asleep. I grabbed his sleeve with my teeth and pulled. "Max?" he mumbled. Then he smelled it too. His eyes opened wide. "Maria, get the kids!" The house filled with motion. Maria grabbed Noah. Daniel lifted Lily from the couch. Smoke thickened near the hallway. The back door would not open because debris blocked it from outside. Daniel coughed hard. I barked toward the front door, running ahead, looking back to make sure they followed. Outside, rain soaked us instantly. The cold bit through my fur, but everyone was alive. Daniel called 911 while Maria held the children beneath a tree across the street. Lily cried my name and wrapped both arms around me. Firefighters arrived with red lights flashing across the wet road. The fire was stopped before it destroyed everything, but the kitchen wall was blackened and broken. A firefighter knelt beside me and said, "This dog saved your family." Daniel put his hand on my head. His voice cracked when he answered, "No, he saved his family." After that night, people in the neighborhood knew my name. They brought treats, blankets, and toys. Someone posted my story online, and strangers called me a hero. I did not understand hero. I only knew that when I smelled danger, I protected the people who came back for me. The Carters repaired the house. While workers hammered and painted, we stayed with Maria's sister. I slept beside the children every night. Sometimes Lily had nightmares about smoke. I would nudge her hand until she woke and saw me there. She always whispered, "Thank you, Max." Months later, spring warmed the yard. My coat grew thick and bright again. My body filled out. I could run without pain. Daniel built a small wooden sign near the porch that said, "Max is home." I sniffed it carefully, then sat beneath it as if guarding the words. One Saturday, the family took me to the same park where they found me. Children played soccer near the fence. I stood in the grass, remembering hunger and rain. Maria touched my head. "This is where we met you," she said. I leaned against her leg. I remembered too. Across the park, I saw another dog near the trash bins. Small, dirty, frightened. My ears rose. I walked slowly toward him, tail low and gentle. The Carters followed. Maria opened a bag of food. Lily whispered, "Maybe Max can help him trust us." And I did. I sat beside the little dog without barking. I showed him my calm. I showed him my full bowl, my soft blanket, my second chance. He crept closer, shaking. When he finally ate from Maria's hand, I wagged my tail. I knew that fear. I also knew it could heal. That night, lying on the porch, I watched the sunset turn the sky golden like my fur. Noah scratched behind my ears. Lily leaned against my side. Daniel and Maria sat together on the swing. I listened to their breathing, their laughter, their life. Once I had been left behind. Now, I belonged. Epilogue. I still remember the road where I was abandoned, but it no longer owns me. My heart has scars, but love grew around them. I learned that family is not always who starts with you. Sometimes family is who stops, kneels down, offers food, and stays. My name is Max, and I was not rescued only to be loved. I was rescued so I could love back. Lesson. Never give up on a broken heart. Kindness can save a life, and love given to an abandoned animal may return when your family needs it most. If you enjoyed my story, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. More abandoned pet stories to come.